Hi, Isaac.
Cool. Ayesha, so nice to meet you. Thanks so much for your time today.
Likewise, thanks for having me.
Listen, I'm going to jump straight into it because I love what you're able to do both as a musician and an actor. And I'm sort of curious, do you consider yourself an actor who can sing very well or a singer who can act very well?
I think neither. I wouldn't consider myself one or the other. I think I I just enjoy being fluid within both mediums, and I think they both have their time and place, and I kind of started doing them almost at the same time. So I think instinctually I would say maybe neither of those options.
Speaking of music, your new
Hmm.
track, Jenga, that dropped recently, and congratulations. It's already one of my favorite songs this year.
Oh, thank you so much, Isaac. Yeah, it was such a fun track to make. I made it with, three of my best friends, and I really feel like that makes such a big difference to the creative process. So I'm really happy to have released it now.
Now, Jenga is a game of frustration. I've played it many times over my life, and you rely on that other person not to muck up. And when they do, that's it. It's game over. You gotta start all over again. I'm
Mm.
curious in knowing in your own life, has there ever been a single decision or particular moment that felt like pulling out the wrong block?
Ooh, I like this question. I think every decision I ever make, it feels like, when you're playing Jenga and there's that, it's about to fall, and you know that like if you don't if you don't make it fall, the next person will. It's like at that point, I feel like the anxiety I get towards decision making, all my decisions feel like I'm at that point, if that makes sense. But I'm not necessarily convinced that any decision I've ever made has been detrimental in that capacity.
I want to talk about Heartbreak High for a second because I absolutely love this series. And I know you
Yeah.
recently wrapped up filming the final season. This is it. It's the last goodbye to these characters. Very sad for you, I'm sure. I'm curious in
Yeah.
knowing what do you remember about your very first day on set, and then what was going through your head on your very last day?
Oh, wow, I love these questions. Oh gosh. I'm gonna get emotional. The first day, I mean, I was very green to the film and TV world. I had only been on set, I think, once or twice at that point, for other projects, but I come from a theater background. So I think from memory, I was very, very, very anxious to be kind of put in the role that I was put in from the get-go. But I do think I was very, very grateful. And then I think on the final day, I felt similarly very, very grateful. But I think by the final day, I had a sense of, I guess, what's the word? Maybe a sense of accomplishment and a sense of pride in kind of how far I'd come in that journey. But I think that the extreme, overwhelming sense of gratitude kind of remained consistent from that day one to like 4 years later. So that's nice.
Huge sense of fulfillment, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's really not lost on me like an acting opportunity like that. And I think when we started this show, we had no idea what it was going to become. And I think, as an actor, things don't often go to second, let alone third season, and take off the way they do, especially in this country. So I think there was just like honestly just a sense of disbelief at what had kind of just happened over the last 4 years. And there was a really beautiful naivety at the start of the journey of not kind of knowing what was about to hit us. So, yeah.
Yeah, top five on Netflix in about what, over 50 countries? It's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, it's a big, beautiful team effort, and I think all of us were really pleasantly surprised at the outcome of that show.
Big question. We all want to know, are you happy with the series finale? Are we going to be happy with it?
I'm so thrilled. I like every time I can't give away anything, but like every time I think about it, I get emotional. It is So beautifully written. My dear friend and the creator of the show, Hannah Carroll Chapman, has written the final episode, and she also wrote the first episode of the first season, and I just feel like it's a really beautiful bookmark and full stop on these characters and the series.
All right, I'll make sure to get the tissue box ready. Be
Yeah.
enjoying a lot of sobbing
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you have a somewhat of an attachment to these characters, it'll be an emotional one.
for sure. Now, your musical hero, Alessia Cara, you had the opportunity to tour with her. I do want to know if you and Alessia could swap one song from your set list for a night, which one would you pick? Because she's got a lot of 10 out of 10 tracks.
She's got like every single there are no skips with Alessia Cara's discography.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a hard one. I think, oh, what would be my swap? There are so many. Maybe Wild Things. Maybe Wild Things. I think that one really goes off. Yeah, it'll be that one.
Good pick. I'd pick that
Yeah.
one as well. Amazing track. Before acting and being a singer, you once dreamed of being a Matilda, playing soccer for Australia, which is such
Oh,
a
where did you get that law? That's so true.
that was
Yes.
online. That is correct. Okay, good. I was going to say I hope I got that info right.
No, you got it correct. I'm just so surprised that you knew about that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I did the research. It's out
Love
there.
it. Yeah.
It's such a different kind of spotlight, Aisha. I'm curious in knowing, do you ever catch yourself leaning on that athlete's mindset, discipline, teamwork, resilience, when you're either in the studio or you're on set?
Definitely. I mean, I always feel really grateful. I mean, I studied music theater for 3 years, and during that 3 years, all I could think was, oh God, I don't think I'm a music theater performer. I really like watching it, but I think I mistook being a music theater fan for being a music theater practitioner. And I was kind of confused why I was in that course, but it became very readily clear after uni why I needed to do that course. I think music theater performers have such an athleticism in the way they approach their craft, and I think it's something that's really carried me through these 14-hour shoot days on set to being in the studio and maintaining focus to like even so much as like maintaining like your voice over a few shows and being able to move around on stage and jump around on stage and sing at the same time. Like it's actually it doesn't look like it, but I do think that um there is a real like discipline involved in performing. I like to think about all performing performing mediums as like as a ratio of art versus form. And I think like the best artists have a perfect combination of that creativity and that art to the like discipline of it. So I just gave you a very long answer to that, but
No, no,
yeah.
that's okay. That was a really good answer. You've said before you thrive with multiple creative pursuits because you get quite bored. How do
True.
music and acting feed different parts of you? And what happens when one side isn't quite working out?
Well, I think, I mean, especially lately, I haven't even just been engaging in acting and music. I'm actually a big believer in like there are so many different ways to be creative, and like for instance I've started like sounds lame but like writing poetry and like painting, and I'm a shit painter. Sorry, am I allowed to swear? I'm a
Go
terrible
for it. Yep.
painter. So like I'm not really doing it to be anything or to kind of show anyone anything other than just like the pure practice of making something. And I think the more you engage in different mediums, the more inspired you become for the rest of them. Like I was never more inspired as a songwriter than when I was on set shooting Heartbreak High, or even when I was working in a department store having to do the like merchandising. Like there's creativity everywhere, and I just love how one informs the other, and I really feel like they exacerbate each other.
Great answer. Just finding those things that keep you going, keep you inspired in a way.
Yeah, and engaged in the ritual of making stuff. Yeah.
Aisha, I've had so much fun chatting with you today. Seriously, I really do appreciate you taking the time, and I can't wait to watch the final season of Heartbreak High and to listen to some new music, hopefully around the corner. Thanks again.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.